So today we're doing the rear wheel bearings because they're actually pretty bad. And we're gonna try and put the rear tire on. First things first though, we get our bearings. We got a All Balls racing kit here. And we're gonna throw it in the freezer, let them shrink up. First things first, we've got to get the rear tire out of the swing arm. It's only hand tight right now. We'll lift up our jack here.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring.
So when it comes to pulling out your axle, make sure you put your spacers back on and all your wheel spacers and your tightening blocks in the order you took it off. It's really easy to screw this up. Now obviously, pretty much everybody's got one of these now. Dirt Bike TV, the channel there to thank for this, you know. They didn't give me the prints, but I saw theirs and I went, you know what, that guy's on to something. So I basically built a copy. So I'm by no means a pro at doing tires. Actually, I hate doing tires. They're a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Start by taking out the valve stem. So pull the cap, little valve stem puller, buy them on Amazon or wherever, they're cheap. So we got our 12 mil ratchet wrench. We're just gonna, let's see if you guys can see. If you don't have a ratchet wrench, that's fine. You know, use a normal wrench, use a ratchet. Doesn't really matter. Ratchet wrench just makes it easy. So, just taking them all the way to the end of the threads. The wheel lock, same thing. There's nothing wrong with this tire. This tire is a really good tire still. You know, it's not brand new. And since I'm redoing the bike, I just like to put new tires on. You know, it really adds that little bit of extra when a guy, if you're gonna try and sell the bike, everybody likes getting a new set of tires. And I got a kid at work. He's a good guy. You know, he comes ride with me. We're gonna throw this tire on his bike. Windex is my cheap lube of choice. So I go around, spray up the outside bead, you know. I take our spoons, these ones, actually, you know what? These are good. So these are the Motion Pro spoons. All right, I've tried the cheap ones off Amazon. I tend to really damage tires when I use those. But these Motion Pro ones, a buddy of mine bought them. He said, here, you can have them. I'm never gonna change the tire. I'm gonna make you do it. So that's how I got them. And then I bought more because they're that handy. But they don't seem to damage the tire. The rim is easy. So you can get in on the rim and then just push down to break the bead. It comes off. All right, so you just put your tool in, push down, and it pops off the bead. We'll work our way around the tire. All right, the rim lock's right here. Feel it. Push around. All right, this tire's off the bead. Now we're gonna flip it and do the same on the other side. All right, at this point, I'll like to take the nut off the valve stem. You know, sometimes it's a little washer, sometimes it's a rubber one. Doesn't really matter. Just take them off, set them off to the side. And the rim lock's here, so we're gonna start the rim lock kind of against ourselves. We're gonna put one in, pushing down to get it into that. You want the tire to drop in. You see how your rim is shaped? Right? Well, there's more space right there. You want to shove your rim or your rubber down into that part of the rim while you work it around, you know? We're gonna get two going here, right? Walk them underneath the disc. Right, come over here with the third one, makes it a lot easier. We got some more of these. If you guys are better at this than me, good. You can come over and do my tires because I hate them. little too much, trying to bite too much. Little bites. That's the key. There we go. You know? Obviously, I don't do this for a living. This is not my gig. You know? So as long as I'm sure I'd be better at it. But they actually come off not bad once you get them going. Pull it off. Here we go. I'm just gonna push it past the rim. That easy. All right, so we got lucky. This one's still got a pretty good rubber, right? We're gonna take it off right now so we can wash this. This crud all in here, we're gonna try and get it out as best we can. We don't wanna put that in our brand new tire. So we're gonna take off the rubber band. Now, if you're doing this at home and all of a sudden you're ready to go, you want your bike ready, and there's no rubber band. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Well, I don't know what you guys have in the States, like duct tape and stuff, but we have Gorilla Tape. I'm sure there's Gorilla Tape down there. But I'll put Gorilla Tape in here and just trim it so it doesn't catch where the tire has to seat here on the bead. And just trim it so it's covering the spokes so they don't end up, you know, poking the new tube. See, on this other rim, somebody's already done it. Wasn't me who did it last time, but they did a really good job. You can see they put the tuck tape or the Gorilla Tape to cover all the spokes, which is perfect. And then left a lot of room for the tire to seat, right? We're not even gonna have to repair it. We're just gonna scrub this up so that the tire going on has a good seat on the bead. Yeah, we're laughing. So on the 02 CR, we got a brand new Dunlop tire, an MX33. So, baby powder. It's close. You're open. A little bit in. Stopped raining. Should probably use this outside. I just keep spinning it around until it uses a bunch of it up. In case some of you guys didn't know, this little symbol, the little yellow circle on a brand new tire, well, that is where the valve stem should be in line. So we're gonna line that up, and that's for the weighting of the tire. When they build them, they know where the heavy spots are when they check them, and they say maybe the heavy spot's on the other side, so put your valve stem here.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't ever feel calm.
Now, I usually buy the HDs because I'm not that good at tire. And I end up ripping them. So I'd rather buy one that I don't wreck than 3 that I do. There's nothing's worse than putting the tire on, wrecking the tube, and having to do it again. But if you're good at them, man, you could save some money. So we're pretty close to our valve stem with the dot in line and the hole. Just gotta get that rim lock in there. So close. There we go. All right, back to the other side. Almost done.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did?
One day when I actually get good at tires, I'll make a how-to video. But there's a lot of guys out there that know how to do it better than me. And I'm sure they have way better videos. But just because they make it look easy, you can see how bad we struggle, I guess, on this 02. This is an Excel rim too, I think, because it's got the different spokes. Excel spokes are different than your normal stock spokes. Of course, you need a special tool to tighten them. So that's always nice.
My heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm.
She's in. I tell you guys, I really don't like tires. Well, there definitely is guys that put me to shame doing tires, that's for sure. 13.5. Perfect. We're gonna repack the bearings in this. They're really good still. They still spin good. Just the grease is old. We're gonna get some new grease in there. We got a lot of grease in there. There's this place in between on this shaft, and that extra grease will squeeze into there and then squeeze out the other side and make a mess. But that's okay. I don't know if you guys can see. You can see the seal has a groove in between the outside and the inside, the ID and the OD. And we're gonna pack that groove full of grease. I probably should have put 2 gloves on. I'm gonna have grease everywhere, but that's all right. So what happened was I cleaned out all the old grease, accidentally knocked every single pin out. So now I'm stuck trying to put them all back in, and hopefully I didn't lose any. I looked really hard and cleaned up the area, so I think I got them all. But if you've ever had to do this, you know exactly the frustration. You can see all the pins in there. Well, they all fell out. There wasn't much grease in this one when I took it apart. And, well, happy they weren't seized. It doesn't need a bearing. They're rolling good. All right, so when we're dealing with the bearings, guys, the best way to get them out, and from what I've done, is the blind bearing puller with the slide hammer. We'll show you how they go in. They simply slide inside the bearing, then you tighten this up, it spreads it out, grabs a hold of the bearing, and you pull it with the hammer, the slide hammer, and it comes popping out. So this is a must-have tool for when you're doing the rear bearings on a Honda. There's a special collar this slides into. Now most guys, you know, they don't have this tool, and they've beaten the collar with a screwdriver and just messed it right up. So in order to get the seal out, I just use a flat screwdriver. Put it in, because this seal is going right in the band. Now, just work it up a little bit. There she goes. So this collar is what the special tool fits in. Breaking it free is the hard part. You can use an impact. I just broke it free. You can heat it, you know, but I already broke mine free and didn't realize I was not filming. So this one's just aluminum hub, a blind bearing puller. Simply put it in, get under the bearing, pull up into the bearing. We're gonna put a little penetrating oil in there. Out she comes. So on this side, there's actually 2 bearings. I don't know what we can see with the lighting. Let's try and get a better shot here. Yeah, there you can. So you can see the top one and the bottom one. We're gonna take both out at the same time with the blind bearing puller. They're moving. But we're gonna spray a little bit more of the penetrating oil in there. Let them sit. All right, guys, I just wanted to mention it. I bought this kit off Amazon, and I didn't really know if it was gonna come in handy, but it is probably one of the most handiest tools that I have bought in a long time. So you have your seals, and you have all the different sizes, you know what I mean? You can find one that matches it, so you can press your seals in, you can push your bearings in when you need to tap them. When you're not finding a socket and beating on your sockets, you know, I think this thing was only 30 bucks. So, well worth the $30. All right, it's sat for about 10 minutes, probably not even. I'm kind of impatient. So I'm gonna give her another shot. There we go. Look at the crud on there. Yeah, they don't spin. They should spin. Right, that one's loose, but anyway, they definitely need to be changed. Well, we got the bearings fresh out of the freezer. So we're gonna try and get them in here. So the kit's got the 3 bearings. They're all the exact same, right? Just double checking, but yeah, they're all the exact same. So it doesn't matter what tube you put where. And then the 2 seals are exactly the same. So it doesn't matter where they go. So we're gonna use some of our grease. On a little brush. Put it down in here to help the bearing slide a little better. Just thin. Work on our bearings. Try not to touch them unless you're ready to use them, because they're going to get warm and they're not going to want to go in. Once you hear that difference, you're bottomed out. We're just trying to make sure. Right down to the bottom. No problem. Spin perfectly free. Just put some grease in the seal. So the seal has a groove side, and then the side with all the writing on it. The writing side is up. The groove goes in. And we should be able to press it in pretty much by hand. And it'll hit its little ring. And we're not going to hit it. We're just going to push it in. Perfect.
Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't.
Do not forget to put this in. It's a real pain in the butt when you do. It just drops down in there.
That I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never run. So fight and die for the things you know.
Now, it's just anti-seize, the silver stuff. I'm gonna get this stuff everywhere, I'm sure. Because I think it's impossible to use this stuff and not get it everywhere. Just a little bit. Just a little bit on the threads.
Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be.
She's in there. So now the seal goes here. We're talking about the seals. This side has the groove. This is the side I'm putting the grease in that groove. The other side has all the writing and the model number and everything else. I want to put some grease in that side. Well, everything's pretty much done. You know, we didn't get the tire on, but mostly because we don't have a rear sprocket. The one that's on there has got to come off. You know, the chain sprockets on this bike were pretty bad. So as soon as that shows up, we can really start finishing off the rear end of the bike and getting everything ready to go. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you're ready for the next one.